Hello and welcome to C++ Weekly. I am your host, Jason Turner, and I am available for code reviews and on-site training. I want to remind you to check out the video description for recent book releases. I've got some great puzzle books, you should check those out, and look for links for upcoming workshops at conferences that I'll be giving in an area near you this year. I'm going to talk about why I am still using standard out. And this is a little bit disappointing, I would say, but I often get comments from people saying, why are you using standard out instead of print there? And I will demonstrate as succinctly as I can for why I'm using standard out instead of print. Let's just do the simplest thing possible. I'm doing a cout of hello world. And you can see here that the compiler gets a pointer to the cout object, and it gets a pointer to the string here. So this is hello world. So edi is the first parameter to a function, and esi is the second parameter to a function. So it is getting the global for cout. That is the 0th parameter. That's the this pointer, if you will. And then it is going to pass it a pointer to the string. The most simple way, this is what it's doing. And it calls this very complicated templated thing that does the printing for us. And we're very happy with that. Now, I've done an episode in the past where I talked about puts here. I've talked about puts a few times. It is incredibly useful, simple little tool to use. I have to include the C standard IO header for this. And if I call puts of hello world, this is even more simpler than the last one. This is loading a pointer to the string hello world and calling puts. Look at that. That's neat. All right. Puts is put string, by the way, has an implied new line at the end of it, requires a null terminated string. Let's go ahead and observe that these builds are in the 3-second range here on Compiler Explorer. Yes, compiling on Compiler Explorer is slower than compiling locally, but that's not the point. The point is, why do I use these other tools when I am making C++ weekly episodes? All right, I've included the print header. We're still at approximately 3 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and call print hello world, and we will read the assembly and look at the compile times from calling print. At some point. We hope that it'll finish. It's possible for Compiler Explorer to time out. Okay, 17 seconds and a lot of code. See, the problem here is that this is 100% header code and we don't have working standard library modules. It's doing the thing and it's inlining and building and compiling and generating all these functions for print. And we get to see the end result of that. Now, if we compare this to libfmt, it takes the same amount of time to compile as cout or puts did, and it generates a much more readable binary. The reason this works like this, it's not 100% header code. And you know what? We're using GCC trunk right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can do a more fair comparison, because maybe, if we hope, we're going to get import std. Let's see if it compiles. Compilation failed with import std. Import does not name a type. It's only available with -f modules. Yes, we want -f modules. Thank you, -f modules. This should not be an add-on feature. Okay, so no such file or directory. We don't have modules compiled here for use from GCC on Compiler Explorer. Module std not found when using Clang trunk. Standard library modules. This says that GCC 15 has standard library modules released a year ago. Of course, it has a giant asterisk next to it. It also says that Clang has this feature. I didn't see it working. Failed to read compiled module. Imports must be built before they imported. It really, all right. Hey, this might compile. I switched to libc++. It's taking a really long time to compile. A really long time to compile. It might be compiling the standard library module right now. Hey, import of module std imported non C++20 importable modules. No member named print. Imported non C++20 importable. I don't even know what that means. Okay. Look at that. The thing compiled with modules. It printed hello world. I'm just gonna throw some optimization in here. All right, that's my a.out. It still seems, oh, maybe it's not huge. Seems on the big side. We're going to do one more test. All right, we've got the gcm.cache. This theoretically is building the modules for us. I'm going to do a time of this with module support. That was 2.45 seconds, and I'm expecting it'll be pretty consistent. Yeah, about 2.5-ish seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and disable modules. That's not going to compile. 2.8 seconds. All right, and we saw that last binary was 142K, and the new binary is 142K, almost exactly the same size. Okay. Why am I still using cout? That was the question we started with. That's why I'm using cout, because it's flexible, it's faster to compile, generates a smaller binary, it's in the standard library. Modules aren't really ready and they don't help here. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching this episode of C++ Weekly. Be sure to subscribe. I'll catch you next week.